episode of A Place Further Than the Universe. Last episode, our girls got a ticket to Antarctica finally, but that ticket also turned out to be a friend. And I am impressed that the bonding between these four girls seems to be happening so quickly, but yet it's also so believable at the same time. And I think that's just a feat of good writing. Speaking of good, I am unusually happy watching this show because it really showcases just the goodness of these girls. Yes, they have their own individual fears and doubts and flaws, but I can already tell that it's being set up really well for them to lean on and support each other, and I guess from there grow as people. It's just like a really great aspirational show about how you can achieve anything when you're young. It's particularly poignant because young people these days often get so much crap from older generations about, you know, not knowing enough to make a difference, eating too much avocado toast. But then you see people like, you know, Greta Thunberg or the students who are leading these pro-democracy protests around the world. And I don't mean to get too political here, but regardless of the extent to which you agree or disagree with those people, these are young people who are making a real impact. And I think A Place Further Than the Universe is a story in that same vein of don't let anyone look down on you because you're young. So usually in a show with multiple main characters, I will tend to pick out and start cementing a fave in my heart. However, I am having a hard time doing that with this show, which is a great thing because they all have such distinctive quirks and are likable in so many different ways. Shirase is probably the one that's pipped the others slightly because it is rare to have a character that is so aloof but also so intensely shy and awkward, but also so fierce and determined and strategic with how she achieves their goals. And I love it. I love her. I love the other girls, and I can't wait to peel back these, I guess, onion layers with all of them. Okay, now that I've ranted about how good it is to watch this show, let's actually watch it. If you guys are ready, in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah.
性格悪いね。悪いよ。悪い？
Gotta love a good joke. They're so cute. Okay, so we've got the training episode this time, and then I wonder if it's off to Antarctica the next. Or Australia, actually, because they do need to stop over there. That'll be exciting. I wonder how they're going to do the Aussie accents for that. Probably just be speaking Japanese, but one can dream. The sudden, like, horror vibe. Oh, I don't like this. I've once accidentally chopped my fingertip off while I was cutting a carrot, so this is somewhat triggering. Knife. Oh, that is... You're on your own, mate. I love how silly this show is. I wonder if her friend is jealous. I don't know, she kind of seems to be always sort of raining on her parade a bit. Trying to pull back her expectations of actually going. Oh, Toro Gin. She looks like a tough ass. Oh, so she was the one who was preventing Shirase from coming. So they must be Takako's, like, friends or, I mean, expedition team members. Direct. Please shut talking. This must be a mistake in the subs. They're not sleeping, are they?
不愉快にしてくださいって何？
Oh.
一応先輩だから言い直したんです。もう言いたいことはわかるから言って。
Oh, I was just going to say, please shut up, but then
いいから
she didn't want to be
やめろ、
rude.
決まり。
God, these girls.
あの人は帰ってきて、お母さんだけが帰ってこなかった。それだけ。
Oh, there's a deep,
お母
deep
さんが待ってる。
wound there. I love how emotionally mature Hinata is. Oh, Shirase. Oh, it was her who's sending emails to her mom. God. Is that Gin? Yeah. Being all moody and thinking about Takako. It's very strange. Yes.
私は娘のことまではよく知らないから。ただ、あのしつこさと思い込みの強さはそっくりね。めんどくさい。
いいですよね、めんどくさいの。
Yep, best kind of
南
trouble.
極向きの性格ね。あなたは。
本当ですか？どこかじゃない。南極だって。
Hey, character development.
私、みんなと南極に行って。
She's got her goals a lot more clearer now. Oh, I can't wait till they do the Aurora, the Northern Lights scene. Hey, another fantastic episode. Alright, so this was the boot camp episode, but it did so much more than just show us that the girls are getting really serious about prepping for Antarctica. It introduced us to Torogin, who, big reveal, went to Antarctica with Shirase's mum Takako, and was presumably one of her closest friends. There is some serious tension between Gin and Shirase that you could just cut with a big butcher knife. Obviously, a lot of it has to do with the fact that Gin and the rest of the expedition team came home, but Takako didn't. And I think I gotta mentally and emotionally prepare myself, because I think that's gonna be some really heavy, soul-crushing stuff. And that's the thing about this show. It takes us from laugh out loud moments, like when Dumb and Dumber, and by that I mean Kimari and Hinata, laughing at Yuzuki's slip up, to like punchy in the heart moments in seconds, to when like Shirase is telling the others about her relationship with Gin. It is just so effortless and natural how they slip those emotional beats in there, and as a viewer it just keeps me on my toes, and like hats off to the writers for getting that balance so right. I also love how they include little bits of subtle but very important information that just like kind of surface in one episode and then pops up again in another without you expecting it to. So for example, in this episode we find out that the email to mum, which we saw back in episode 1, was actually from Shirase's phone, which means she's been emailing updates to her mum all this time. So it's like 3 years. That is a long ass time, and I think we can safely assume that she hasn't received any sort of reply for all of that time. So I don't think that blows a hole in my theory, that in my admittedly very optimistic theory that Takako is somewhere super remote, sort of enjoying life where there's no internet, no nothing. We'll see. The last thing I want to quickly touch on for this episode was Kimari's little monologue at the end when Gin turns to her and asks, "Why are you going to Antarctica?" And in this beautiful moment of clarity and character growth, Kimari tells her that she used to just want to get out of town, you know, do something, anything, she wasn't sure what, before her high school years are over, but things have changed since meeting the girls and now meeting the team. She knows for sure now that she wants to go to Antarctica, like this real place which takes real steps to get there, And yeah, that's where she wants to go. Which says to me that the connections she's made with these people whom she now calls friends have helped, I guess, color in her dream, essentially, which has taken on a much more vibrant, much more solid form. And it speaks to how chance meetings with certain people can spark these life-changing moments, and they sometimes end up guiding us, and in some cases even going with us to the place where we feel most alive. And I just think that's so beautiful and so awesome. It was just such a cathartic moment for Kimari and also for me watching her. So that was episode 4 of this super enjoyable anime. I'm really glad that I picked this one, and I can't wait to see where the girls are headed next.